Hello, everyone. This is exciting. We're on day 6 of this book. So your next 30 days to finding hope, faith, and love in a world of apathy, doubt, and fear. I mean, do we not need this now, right? So I know many of you catch this in replay, and I have to be careful. I got 2 of our videos, we'll just say quieted down by the powers that be because of some of the faith terms that I use. So I'm going to try to be really careful and make sure that this gets out. Take a minute and just put a comment up because that'll help other people see it, even if the powers that be decide to not spread the love. So yeah, put a comment in there, say where you're from. Maybe I see somebody on. Hi, nice seeing you, friend. We're going to go ahead and get started. It's a day 6. So some of you emailed me and it's like, what? It's the weekend. Where is this? And I should have mentioned that I was going to take the weekend off. So it's day 6. And for some of you, it might be thinking it's day 8, but we're taking the weekends off. Are we ready to get going? It's going to be 10 minutes or less. So I really enjoyed day 6. Day 6 was like, do we want the product without the process? Well, so often we have this. I can remember when I went to the school, Terrell, Iowa, very small school, loved it. Actually, the school, I just feel like saved my life because I needed good teachers that were close and knew me. And anyway, we don't need that. But I ended up having to be in everything because it was K through 12. There were like 200 people in the whole town. And I literally had to be in basketball, and I'd never really touched a basketball. I had to be in the play and I could hardly read. I had to be in music and all these things that honestly, I felt like not ready for, not prepared, not skilled at, not gifted at. But with practice and your heart being in it, it worked. And that's what this today's lesson's all about. Did I just want to be playing basketball? Did I just want to be cheering or in the play and I didn't want to do the work? It was a both. So that's what this is all about. Now he shares a story, a cute story about him and his wife, Dean and his wife. And, he's got these rocky, I guess actors on, just super muscular and ripped. And he's kind of looking at her and she looks at him and says, I was never really into those big muscles, and to try to make him feel better. But he's metaphorically saying, would he want to be? It's not his makeup. Should he be, but then he talks about a marathon and being a piano player and some of these things that we want to do that, yes, would be cool and awesome and wonderful, but they're going to take a ton of work, right? And so really, no matter how gifted we are, if we don't have the heart, we learned in day 4, if we don't have the heart or the desire, it's going to be really hard, right? So it's important to have the desire, but you need to do the heavy lifting. So take a basketball player, super talented. They're gifted with this talent, right? But if they're in a community and a family that just really doesn't get into that, maybe they were pushed to go into music and that stuff, and they never, ever practice, we would never know how awesome that could have been, right? And we're thinking about our faith as well. And this whole thing is about finding faith, hope, and love. That's what we need right now. That blessing is out there. It's waiting for each and every one of us. We are built and wired for this. We are gifted. It is here for each and every one of us. And so are we doing the work, and are we going through the process to get that product? If the product that we want is faith, hope, and love, what are we doing to make it happen? We are already gifted with this. It's the Holy Spirit. Probably just got us banned again. Darn it. It's so hard to do this kind of stuff and not mention some of these words that Facebook doesn't like. So anyway, whatever, we'll just let whoever sees it see it. But so the point being is, though, that, we have to do the work. And what is the work that we can do, right? So the homework today, I'm already getting to the homework. I'm probably going to go and speak on a couple more things because I see more people are popping on now. But the homework to today is the next 24 hours hours. What spiritual exercises, did you ever even think of it this way, that we have spiritual exercises? So what are those that you can take? So how about share your testimony? You know, testimonies increase faith so much. One of the pivotal moments in my faith journey where I took my faith to a new level was my friend Christy Vandervoort. So her and I were like moms on a school trip with our kids, and they were probably in like 5th grade. And we were sitting on this bus for so long together as the two moms, and I really didn't know her that well. And we started talking about our faith. I'm not sure why, because I really wasn't in the habit of it. And I'd never shared this with anyone, but I started sharing with her my faith story. And we were instantly friends. And we constantly spur each other's faith along. Like she has been a example to me, and it's been really pivotal in my life. So sharing your testimony is a great thing to do. Like try it out with a friend. Try it out. Like many of our friendships prior to me being in this position I'm in now, you know, we all knew we loved God. But we didn't really talk about it. We didn't really necessarily live into it. It just wasn't really advancing in the community of people that we were around. Now that that's more open, all of us are advancing. So that's a great thing. Okay, the next one is outside of your normal, these are ideas for your homework. Outside of your normal encouragement, go encourage someone. So I was thinking about this as I was writing down notes for this little episode is, you know, did I do this today? Up until now, I mean, it's 4:30. Did I encourage anyone today? Was it outside the normal level of encouragement that I do? Because a lot of my work is that. But I think I did. And I know it felt good. And I'll also tell you, when I get off my coaching calls, I love it. It feels so good because that's what that hour is all about, is trying to encourage them. And I'll also tell you, on the few calls where I'm a little more not in the zone or not engaged and I don't breathe life into people, I get off and I don't feel so cool. So, you know, maybe that's your homework assignment. Maybe that's what you're going to do is I'm going to, like, right now it's 4:30, 6:30, depending on where you're from and what time zone you're in. You've got several hours. Do this one thing before you go to bed. Like text someone, send someone a message, do something. Maybe your spouse. I mean, what a great thing to do. Okay, now the third option could be investing time or resources into somebody else. So if you're a cook for them. If you're whatever, you know, do maybe your spiritual gift, whatever that is, do that for someone. Now, next in your homework is name it. So we want you to name it. So, I mean, we really want to see this like out in your journal. Like, I am going to Nikki, say whatever it is you're going to do. Like, I'm naming it. Okay. And then the last thing is pray. So we want you to actually pray for this to happen. So say to God, help me think of somebody, put someone on my mind that I need to encourage, or, just whatever, like, help me know what my talent is so that I can go and share it with someone, or tell me who I should share my testimony with. And so those are your homework things, but there's 3 things. I'm looking at the time. I think we're still good. We have 2 minutes. So there's 3 things I still wanted to talk about. Behavior modification is something he brought up in here. And I liked it. I liked that he was challenging us to know that, like, a lot of people will change their behavior, but not their heart. And so what happens is it sort of ends up being those, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but like an awful Christian where you're like, I did this and this and this today. And it was just duties that you did, but your heart wasn't in it. And it ends up making us all look bad. We don't want this. Like, just be the heart. Like, think of what you want to do and do it for the love, right? And that's really your, like, guiding force, and just loving. Keep in mind, God is love. And so when you start to get more God in you, it is easier to go out and love the other person. And so that's what I want to leave you with. Like, look at, once again, the fruit of the Spirit. It's sort of like, I think I said that last time, and he actually wrote it into our homework this time, but Galatians 5, you can go find it, or just type in the internet, fruit of the Spirit. But love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. If you want those, that's the marathon. The fruit of the Spirit is your running across the finish line of a marathon. It's your rocky moment when you win. Like that is the end. And in order to get here, we can't just expect to feel good and have these things. These are lasting things, by the way. We can do a lot of things in the world for a second that make us think that we love, like we love this food, or we do some kind of worldly thing and it gives us peace for a second. Like that's flitting, and that is not of God. And so we're talking about you feel this way, you are this way. And if you want these things, we got to do the labor in the front end. All right. That's about 10 minutes. We're going to go ahead and head out of here. For those of you who popped on, I'm going to share what these last 5 days were so that you can decide if you want to jump in with us. Day 1 was God still speaks. And so figuring out how you can get to the word, get to prayer, get to listen to circumstances he's put you in, and pay attention to other believers. He's speaking to you. Day 2 was it's God's room. It's God's house. Like your possessions. Do you claim them? Your job, your family, or do you give everything to God? And do you like ask and invite him into all of these things and understand his place in them? Because you will be blessed even more. And as you start to be aware of his place in it, you can double down with him and say, come on, make this good. Give me your power and help me with these things. Day 3 was faith means yes before you know. You say yes before you know. Day 4 was desire trumps duty every single time. And day 5 was fear fogs faith. So start praying your fear back to God. And then we had today. All right, guys, go live, love, learn, and lead according to the call God has on your life. I'll see you tomorrow.